Hi, my name is Dr. Charles, and the pretty lady next to me is one of my favorite patients, Lori. And between us is my dog, Dolce. Now, I've got somewhat of an unusual weight loss tip to share with you today. A tip that's been right under our noses our whole life. Literally. It's also one of the most important tips that I've shared with my patients in the clinic here in Fishers, Indiana. It's a very simple tip that could help you quickly lose 1 to 2 inches from your belly in under a week. Now, I need you to listen very closely. This video contains one of my biggest fat-burning secrets. And I don't know how long this video will be up, so please be sure to watch it from beginning to end while it's still here. Okay, so you're probably thinking to yourself, listen, I've tried every diet known to man. I've given it my all, and it just keeps coming back. Well, let me stop you right there. This is not some magical weight loss pill. It has nothing to do with that crazy acai berry garbage or any special weight loss drops or any of the other incredibly scammy weight loss gimmicks that we see all over the internet these days. In fact, these tips date all the way back to the 1950s and help explain why the majority of all Americans are now considered obese. And no, it might not be because we eat too many bad foods. I'll show you how you should be able to eat some bad foods and still lose weight. Hey, believe it or not, it's not your fault. But before I get into the specifics, let me quickly tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I'm a board-certified chiropractic physician, certified wellness practitioner, certified advanced nutritionist, speaker, author, have helped thousands worldwide. One more thing, before we go any further, let me tell you about someone that I'm extremely proud of, a patient of mine named Lori. Now, she was your typical working mom with 3 children to take care of. Yes, I said 3. Lori was my guinea pig at the beginning and helped me create this program. Now, she comes from a very poor line of genetics, obesity, diabetes, heart disease, etc. So I thought if this program worked for her, it might be able to help anyone. This one specific tip that I'm about to share with you helped Lori lose 2 inches from her belly, lose 8 pounds in only 9 days, lose 2 inches from each thigh, lose 3/4 of an inch from each arm, drop 3 dress sizes. At the age of 30, she now wears a smaller dress than she did in high school. I know you're probably skeptical, and I don't blame you. I mean, it sounds like something so dramatic that it must be torn from one of those supermarket tabloids, right? But it isn't. Lori ultimately lost a whopping 90 pounds of fat and dropped 16 dress sizes. 16! Lori went from this, 210 pounds, which, by the way, is the weight that she couldn't get rid of after her last pregnancy, to this, 120 pounds. And she achieved all of this without counting calories, without starving herself, without killing herself at the gym, all while still eating all the foods that she likes, like raspberry cheesecake ice cream, which she absolutely refused to give up. Her friends are jealous, and acquaintances can't believe that she's ever even been pregnant. Listen, when it comes to weight loss, unfortunately, women get the short end of the stick. It's definitely harder for women to lose weight. In fact, women have been hardwired to not lose weight. And no matter how cheesy what I'm about to tell you sounds, it all makes perfect sense if we stop and think about it. Let me explain. It all stems back to the hunter-gatherer days of our ancestors. Men weren't built for fat storage at all. Men were built to be lean and fast to hunt food. How men can even accumulate fat at all goes completely against our genetics. On the other hand, women were built for fat storage to be able to survive and care for children during famine. Their essential minimal fat stores are many times higher than men. Women were built to accumulate as much fat as possible and to not lose those accumulations for childbirth, milk production, and child rearing. Now, unfortunately, we've been built to survive, not to look good. Women have a couple of major fat-storing roadblocks that hold them back. First of all, women's fat cells are bigger and have more fat-storing enzymes in them. Men's fat cells have more fat-burning enzymes and are much smaller. Women honestly do have a lot more working against them, which is why the steps I'll be outlining in this presentation work so well. Second, estrogen multiplies fat-storing enzymes, making them gain weight around their butt and thighs like it's an Olympic event. Darn those childbirth genetics. Third, crash dieting. It puts our bodies instantly into starvation mode. reducing fat-burning enzymes by up to 50%. Our bodies literally freak out. So not only do we tend to lose muscle mass when crash dieting, but our fat-burning enzymes can decrease. Yikes! This should help you understand why it's harder for gals to lose weight. So, is it actually possible to overcome these silly genetics? Well, I've got some great news. You can, and I'm about to share with you one simple tip that can instantly boost your fat loss. Guaranteed. Knowing what I'm about to share with you will make you realize why the popular, well-known, so-called diet programs simply don't work long-term. Mega-rich weight loss companies make money off of people like you and I by selling us stuff that leads to, at best, temporary results. But here's the thing. We don't need them in their expensive weight loss gimmicks to lose weight. What I'm about to share with you is key to actually being able to eat some bad foods and still burn fat. Okay. Let me give you a tiny anatomy lesson, and it's probably something you've never heard about. I may get a little bit technical for a second, but stick with me because I promise you, by the end of this presentation, we want you to understand how to lose the weight you want and keep it off for good. This unusual tip is about your liver. Now, the main role of the liver is to break down toxic substances and produce bile, which breaks down fats in the small intestines. Bile is critical for the transport of fats through the body. Liver dysfunction can result in difficulties eliminating cholesterol, which is a type of fat. For those of us that consume large amounts of cholesterol, which is very common in American diets, liver dysfunction can be a very significant factor in weight gain. Now, if the liver does not regulate fat metabolism efficiently, weight gain tends to occur around the belly area, and a protuberant abdomen, also known as a potbelly, will develop. Another sign of an unhealthy liver can be a roll of fat under the upper abdomen. If the liver filter is not functioning correctly, it can't remove the small fat globules, chylomicrons, that circulate in the bloodstream. These extra chylomicrons can build up in other organs and in fatty deposits under the skin, which can lead to cellulite, which tends to be found in your butt, thighs, arms, and belly. It can be very difficult to lose this abdominal fat until the liver function is improved. That's one of the major reasons that the older we get, the fatter we get. So, what I'm basically trying to say is this. When your liver is clogged up with junk, it will be difficult to lose weight, no matter how much dieting and exercise you do. Ever wonder why whenever you would diet and then stop, you'd gain the weight right back? Well, clean out your liver properly and turn it right back into the fat-burning, metabolism-boosting organ that it can be. Imagine starting a good weight loss program with a healthy liver that's regularly burning fat for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even while you're sleeping. The key here is to get your body as healthy as possible before beginning a proper weight loss program. I believe that starting a weight loss program without cleansing and purifying your body, well, it can be setting you up to fail before you even begin. So, what can you do right now to start cleaning out your liver? Based on Lori's success, as well as hundreds of our patients, we've developed an all-encompassing system designed for long-term, life-changing results. We call this system the Fat Loss Factor. It's made up of several easy-to-understand components. Now, in just a second, I'm going to show you a ton of before and after pictures of real-world people, besides Lori, that have gotten incredible results using the Fat Loss Factor program. I guarantee that it can help anyone lose weight. Step 1 is all about cleaning your liver and body, which we've touched on slightly in this video. On page 30, we'll tell you about the food substance found everywhere that will bind to fat, causing toxins and literally pull them out of the body. This step is almost like getting a do-over from all the damage that you've already done, instantly giving your metabolism a much-needed boost. Step 2 talks about specific fat-burning foods that you can eat, so you can still enjoy some bad foods in moderation like cake and cookies and, in Lori's case, ice cream, and still continue to lose weight. On page 34, you'll discover healthy, delicious fat-burning foods that you don't need a mortgage to purchase. Now you can afford to eat right. Step 3 on page 15 teaches you the reason you probably don't have to do all of the cardio like the so-called experts teach. Increase your fat loss by staying on the program. Generally, all that's needed is 15 minutes 3 times a week. There's no reason to kill yourself in the gym unless, of course, you enjoy it. Step 4 on page 60 teaches you something that will likely shock you. It's the real reason that all the so-called diets eventually fail, and the reason the Fat Loss Factor program cannot fail. Once you get through step 4, you'll never look at weight loss the same again. And after just a few weeks, you'll be on your way to overhauling your system, boosting your metabolism, and getting in what may be the best shape of your life. The stuff I teach in the Fat Loss Factor program, it isn't a bunch of nerdy mumbo-jumbo and unrealistic steps that need to be followed. It's written in a very straightforward, do this, then do that way that anyone can understand and follow. It's written for the real world. It isn't fluff and theory like most weight loss programs. It's the same stuff that I've taught my patients in the clinic here in Fishers, Indiana. Look, can I guarantee you'll have the exact same results as these guys? Of course not. Not everyone will actually follow the steps I outline in the program. It's sad, but it's true. But with that said, I can absolutely guarantee two things. First, if you follow my program, you will see results. Heck, they could even be better than what you've seen in this presentation. Second, if you're not 110% happy with your results, you can keep your money and the course for free. You can change your body and your life, and I'm so incredibly confident that it will work for you that, like I said earlier, if for any reason you decide the Fat Loss Factor program isn't for you, just email me within 8 entire weeks and I'll give you a full refund and let you keep everything for free. No questions asked. My personal email address is charles@fatlossfactor.com. Email me anytime. I check my email very often and love meeting new people, so email me to ask whatever questions you might have. I usually respond within only a couple of hours, at the most.